everyone, Spencer here, also known as ScreenSpeak, and in today's video, this is my Predator, Killer of Killers, spoiler review. So without further ado, let's discuss. Alrighty everyone, so this is a very special review because I've been contemplating, there's been two things this weekend I've been looking forward to very much. Well, I'm going to see Ballerina in a couple of days as of this recording, but man, I've been, the same weekend, this movie came out, as well as first half episodes, the first half of the new fifth season of Phineas and Ferb, and I've been looking forward to both. Two new animation things, and man, I'm coming out with a short on Phineas and Ferb because I made a post about it. And I'm not. It's one that I like really. I enjoyed the season so far, but it's one like I don't need like a full review for. But this, on the other hand, wow! I want to talk a little bit about this movie because more than just a short clip, more than just a short on here. But man, what a blast I had with this movie. I had an absolute blast with this film. I watched the trailer and went, by the way, before I continue, I'm a Predator fan. I haven't seen every Predator film out there. I was just discussing with my friend like 5 minutes ago before I started to sit down and do this, that this film came out, my friend back at college. And he loves like monster movies like Godzilla vs. Kong, Godzilla, Kong, those kaiju movies. I don't know if he's seen Pacific Rim. That's one I need to ask him. But I like those movies as well. I like monster movies. I'm not really big on I haven't seen the last Kong and Godzilla movie, but I like those movies. And he likes Jurassic World. He's a big fan of those like monster type fight 'em up movies. And he likes Predator. He might like Alien, but those types of movies, right? I like the last Alien. Alien Romulus was a treat because I haven't seen like all the Alien movies. I've seen the original two, Alien and Aliens, and Alien Romulus was great. They were going to make it a straight to streaming thing, and they didn't. And then they made Prey 3 years ago. Man, I can't believe it was 3 years ago. Prey, the last Predator movie on Hulu, and this movie's on Hulu. And I heard it was animated, and I didn't have a problem with that. Well, then they made a anime Terminator thing where people were like, eh, and I was kind of eh on it. I was like, oh, cool, Terminator thing, and I saw this like art for it, and I'm like, oh, really? That's it? Like again, it's not like I have a drastic hatred towards anime in general, but when I saw the artwork for the Terminator, I was like, oh, this looks not cheap. That's not the right word, but just like not for me. So I didn't care. I didn't watch it. But this movie, the trailer came out for this movie, and so I watched Prey, and that kind of like reinvigorated my Predator. Not reinvigorated, but like got me into Predator, which is literally just the last one. But and then I kind of like did like a deep watch of them, and man, I adore Predator. And this trailer for the movie, the trailers for this movie got me like really excited. The animation style is so ambitious. It feels like you're watching Spider-Verse, but like a Spider-Verse type choppy animation with like arcane style. Like it feels like Spider-Verse action almost with like, arcane action as well, just arcane stylized. Like there's 3 separate time periods because this is an anthology movie. There's 3 separate time periods. First one, which I knew from the trailer and other people talking about it, but I didn't know how it was going to play into the movie because I just thought, I've always watched anthology series like in TV mode, like Star Wars Visions or other things like Marvel's What If, right? Which is, I like Marvel's What If as an anthology. Like there's things that tie in here and there, but Star Wars Visions is like one of those, the one that sticks out to me. So this was, I was like, how do you do anthology in a movie? This is one of my the most brilliant things I have seen. Not like I thought Sinners was brilliant. I thought Thunderbolts was great. There's like, but anthology wise, there was Sishu was a movie that came out like last year, or actually 2 years ago now. It was in 2023. Was when Across the Spider-Verse came out. that I thought that, like, you use, like, chapter markers, and there's things like that use, like, chapters, but this is one of the most brilliant things, I think, in my opinion, that, like, had, like, chapters and different segments, where then it brought together all of them at the end. This was brilliant, and I loved it. So the first thing was Vikings, Norse characters, fighting the Predator. The second one was ninjas, samurai, fighting the Predator. Third one was World War II pilots fighting the Predator. And I was losing my absolute crap with this. Now, I heard someone say, reviewing this, that, and I would agree, the third one doesn't really have as much action. Like, it kind of gets... I think the first one has the most action, the second one has still some good action, and the third one has the least action. And then once you get to the end, they all culminate together, and all three of our main leads from each time period has to fight, has to be the killer of killers, so to speak, and take down the main predator, or they go to the predator planet to then be their chosen leader, or that's not really how it was, but the main, like, again, killer of killers, like, okay, who's going to win in this fight amongst you three, and then whoever that winner is has to take down me, the main predator leader. So I was jazzed about it. I had no idea where this movie was going until we got to the end. Like, I figured, you shouldn't assume things, but I kind of had a slight feeling that something was going to happen to tie all these together, but I didn't know where it was going. And until I got to the end, I was like, wow. And there's something that happens in the post-credit scene I'm going to mention later, but man, I was eating up every single moment. There's some dialogue in this movie, but it's not heavy-handed. I mean, it's not like there's not like words every moment. And what I love, it's not like dialogue heavy, which I really appreciate. It's like, you don't need dialogue like in every like it could be. It's not like it's a silent film, but there's like not a lot of dialogue, so I like that. But another thing, it brings in different cultures. Like, I'm not one for anime or like I haven't watched Squid Game or Shogun really, because I have a hard time like watching subtitles on screen like that or in a different language. And I know a lot of people just say, well, watch it, just read the subtitles, it's not that hard. Yeah, but if I want to pay attention to what's going on screen. But this movie is one of my favorites. Everything Everywhere All at Once is my second favorite movie of all time. Is it? No. Third favorite. It's in my top 3. So, what I love about that is it keeps the English mixed with the other culture, right? This movie also does that. It has variations. It has English, it has Japanese, and it has Norse, or whatever their language is. Viking language, you know. So, I like that it flows back and forth, and it tries to develop a bond between these different cultures. It's like, oh, well, I can't understand you. Let's work together and take down that guy, take down the main predator guy. I was just like, the techniques, the flow of the movie, it goes back to what I said about Spider-Verse. I'm not comparing this movie to Spider-Verse, but I'm comparing it to the animation, the way they are creative with the film. Because if I was watching this in live action, I wouldn't care. I probably would still eat it up either way. Because it's the Predator. And it's the Predator, and it's the way they shoot it, or it's the way they make it feel in the world, but it's animated, so they got even more creative freedom to show what they want to show. But it was gorgeous. It was gorgeous, and I loved every second of it. And I'm like, yes. So, I don't really... I said this was a spoiler review. I honestly don't want to spoil a whole lot. But the only thing I do want to spoil is like the end credit, and then I want to like tie that into my overall thoughts here. So, like I said, they all come together to take down like the main predator leader, and then they fly off. So I'm going to spoil like the ending here. So the main Viking woman, her son gets killed in the flashback. I said there wasn't any spoilers, and then I'm spoiling everything. What am I, a nutcase? Anyway. The main woman, Viking woman's son, in the opening Act 1, called the Shield. The Shield was the first part, then the Sword was the Samurai, and then the Plane. I think it was the Plane. I don't recall what the third one was called. It was something or other. The Pilot, maybe. I swear I watched the movie. And then the first one with the Viking woman, her son dies tragically by death from Predator. Shocking, I know. And then in the culmination when all three are fighting, the Viking woman sacrifices herself because the Predator ship that they're flying away, the pilot and the samurai guy, the cord, like a big chain, like harpoon chain, gets stuck in the ship by all the Predators trying to take them down. So Viking woman slides down like a little tightrope, like whee. Forget what you call that. What is it called? Like a slide on a tightrope thing, that thing. And destroys the device that has the harpoon in it, and they take off. And then the main Predator guy's like, "Let's go hunting." That's how the film ends. Roll end credits. By the way, the end credits, like animation, like images, oh, so gorgeous as well. It's just, this movie is gorgeous beyond belief. I'm watching this going, this might go in my top 10 movies of the year. Like, this is that great. Like, this is like my Hitman for last year. Like, this is like a great streaming movie. So then the end credit scene happens after the first animation credits segment. Then we get to the end credit scene and we see Predators walking. So I believe they're taking the woman, the Viking woman, into the ice. By the way, when the reason they all come together, because I was watching this going, how are all of them coming together and they're still the same age? Because you see them in like this plane going to the Predator world. And I'm like, how are they all the same age? They're all in this ice. Remember like when Captain America was frozen in ice? Kind of like that. So the end of the movie, we see the Viking woman going to be in like this ice like capsule, like this puddle, like a back-to-tank. Like you're just into like back-to-tank and ice. So then you see this girl pan over to this girl with the face makeup, and it's the girl from Prey. The main girl from Prey. And I was very excited. I really got excited out of my seat. I was like so excited. So this is my question. Like, I adore this film. This is great, and I enjoyed Prey very much. Are they setting like this arc over like Prey, this one, and the next one, Predator Badlands? Like, are they making like a arc with all three? Like, here's the girl from Prey, or like here's Prey, and then the girl from Prey's in this one. Are we setting a threequel arc? I don't know, but I don't know. That's just my question. Like, I'm not. If you know, let me know. But like, I'm not. I'm just curious and asking. If that's the case, I'm down for it. I'm here. But what's my friend? I texted my friend and he's like, "It's out already. I'm watching it tonight." I can't wait to hear his thoughts, and he's gonna have to let me know if he thinks that there's a crossover, an overarching arc. Overarching arc? Did I just make something up? I don't know. But if so, that's awesome. I cannot wait for the next Predator. By the way, Dan Trachtenberg, who did Prey in this one and the next one, Predator Badlands, if it was a different director, I would say no. But the fact that it is the same, I have a slight feeling there is an overarching thing. I don't know. Well, because the thing is, I don't know, because I thought Elle Fanning was in the next one, and like some other guy. I haven't heard that the girl from Prey is in the next one. I don't know. Maybe it's under wraps. Maybe there's some secret going on that, like, yeah, we're tying this over, and I don't know. I mean, maybe there is. But that said, guys, Killer of Killers, Predator Killer of Killers is the surprise. This and Final Destination Bloodlines are my two surprise hit movies of the year. Except Final Destination might not go in my top 10, but this could definitely go in my top 10 of the year. It's so good. I love this movie so much, and I'm very happy and pleased. It's a 10 out of 10, 5 stars on LetterBoxd, and an A+ for entertainment. That's what I've said coming out of the gate. You must watch this film. Be sure to go watch it. I can't wait for Ballerina and to come out of that theater with make a review for that movie. So I'm excited. Don't stay up to date on what I got coming. Don't leave. Don't go anywhere. Be sure to be on the lookout for that movie. Don't go anywhere. I don't know why I keep saying that. I can't think these days. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, follow me. Stay tuned on what I got coming up. Lots of things coming out. But this was a treat. If you leave a like, subscribe, follow me. Don't forget to keep calm. Watch screen. Peace out, everyone. Bye.